Hey YouTube, so I did all 200 battles on Go Battle Weekend. I'll talk a lot about that in the second video today, but I want to talk about this team that was my best team this entire weekend. Charjabug, dusclops, marowak. Basically, I wanted to use, um, I know I wanted to use a ground and a ghost because I felt that they were very strong in the meta. Like there's not a ton of darks and ground just seems absolutely like overpowered right now. So I wanted to use Marowak as like and two in the back that were like kind of safe swaps that you can play off each other. There's Dusclops and Marowak. And then I'm like, okay, if I use this team, I'm gonna be very, very, very weak to um Galarian Moltres. So I'm like, I want an answer to that, and the obvious answer is Dedenne and stuff like that. But I'm like, I didn't want Dedenne because I forget the reason that I didn't want it at the time. And then I was like, what other electrics are there? And I'm like, Charjabug. Charjabug carried me at the Toronto Regionals. Let's use it again. And it did have quite a lot of play in these battles too. So a nice answer in matchups like this. The bug helps neutralize the ground. So electric is weak to ground, but bug resists ground. So you have that. And then at the same time, your X Scissor is neutral to ground. So it is okay there, and it would have been super effective against the grass there. So they make a nice catch on the Florges here. But I will come in with Dusclops for the spam. This thing is so spammy, so bulky. Obviously, it does not hit hard, but it just is a pain in the butt if you are going against it because there's, again, look at the count, 9996. That is an insane amount of spam here. Timing is off on that on purpose. I think it's more valuable to give them an extra fast move as long as you don't take a charge move that lowers your attack. So I'd rather just give them the extra 2 turns of energy just to be able to get a charge move off. And they make, for the second time this matchup, a catch on Dugong, which is okay. Will allow me to align my Charjabug on here, which is super effective. Time that one, 8 versus 9 fast moves there. Get the first discharge off. They do shield. Do get a second one off, which is going to be huge here. This will chip. Won't take out. Dugong's got some bulk here. But able to take it to the deep red, and Dusclops has enough health left to chip it low enough. They do come in with their Toad which is huge because I don't have a good answer for this. But they try to farm down, and that's not happening on Dusclops. Dusclops goes so hard in any sort of neutral matchup. Out comes the Florges. But I have 2 shields now for Marowak, and as you've been around this channel for a while, if you have been around this channel for a while, you will know Marowak is a shield beast. So that is good there. You don't need... So I do go Dusclops there, and I do get hit with the Galarian Moltres. You don't need to leave that Gastrodon matchup. X Scissor, between the Volt switches, which are single resisted, and the X Scissor, you can take out the Gastrodon in potentially 2, depending on its IVs. So you really put a lot of pressure on it. But speaking about putting on pressure, 2 Ice Punches do take the Galarian Moltres down to the 1 HP. Now they do have 2 moves here, as you're going to see. So they will chip me. That's okay. Let's see if I just instant swap here. Yeah, I'm just going to instant swap and potentially just start chipping here. You know, even a body slam is going to put me somewhat in the yellow, so I don't really want to take it. And they are not leaving just yet, so maybe they're weak in the back to Marowak here. So there's the first Bone Club going straight away, losing CMP. Marowak losing to Gastrodon. It's kind of not on my bingo card. Did not expect that. I do let it go. I live with a couple HP. Again, Body Slam's such a bad move. And I will get this off. And if they shield, that does not bother me. We both instant swapped. Not going to let Empoleon get a move off. This is super effective. Will one-shot. And as you're going to see here, just under 50%, maybe closer to 30 at this point. That is more than enough for an X Scissor to take out from this range. So Charjabug does not have as bad of a matchup against Gastrodon as you think it would. Marowak, on the other hand, yes. That going from that single to double resisted is tough. And once again, hit with the Galarian Moltres on the safe swap. And once again, it plays out the exact same way where I get 2 ice punches off, but they get 2 flies. So 1 to take out the dusclops and then 1 to chip my charjabug. So here we go again, playing out the same way, except I do not have as good a matchup against Gastrodon with Charjabug. So I'm gonna have to instant swap into my mirror match here with Marowak, and we'll have to see what we can do here. And they get into Blastoise, and this is not bad. Marowak, like I said, against Feraligatr, against Blastoise, can run with shield advantage. And that is exactly what's going to happen here. I knew they're going to need to move. I have to shield up a Hydro. And I was hoping to Mud Slap down. Oh yeah, I'm going to burn a shield there. Because I know that they were at another move. So I don't mind burning a shield here. And burning their... like, burning energy so they burn a shield. And then match it into two... match that shield there. Because now... I will get to move here. And if I can chip this low enough, I could potentially get to the X Scissor to take this out. It depends how much energy they have left, because I am pretty low. Yeah, okay, they're already at another move, unfortunately. Because I think an X Scissor probably takes out from there, but they do have a Rock Slide, so they will take me out. Dusknoir. Dusknoir is an interesting one, kind of tricky to go against, and what makes this matchup 100 times worse to do is the 4 versus 3 turn fast moves, because the timing on a 4 versus 3 is absolutely brutal. The optimal timing is 2 Volt Switches for 3 Astonishes, but then you're in like a weird, the next time around is like 5 or something like that. Yeah, 5 or 7. So it's really tough to fast move time a 3 versus 4 turn move, especially when you have the 4. So we're a bit off on timing there. I do take it to 1 HP, but they will take switch. They'll grab that shield right back, and we'll see what's coming up here. Florges, so this is okay. I will get to a Bone Club first. We will chip right away. There's no point of taking a move that lowers your attack. It is super effective. Let's see if I instant swap. Yeah, I am going to instant swap. Even if I am switch lock lowered attack, I'd rather just save the shield and not have to burn it on Marowak and then get out anyways. So just got straight into Dusclops, throwing to just try to check it out before they get to another move. And looks like they have 1 HP left, and it is a Blastoise again in the back. And this is okay. I know I have the Marowak, but look at, even though my attack is lowered with those chilling water, still Shadow Blastoise, I've used it a couple times. I actually built up a Shadow Blastoise and I've used it. And yes, it hits way harder, but man, does it give up so much of its bulk there. And you're seeing that right here. Here comes a second Shadow Punch, which takes it to 1 Mud Slap away from red. When it's a Dusclops, and my attack was lowered by the chilling water. And with that, I was able to take it to within 3 Mud Slap range to taking it out. And I'll live a chilling water here. So yeah, I used it. I wanted to try, like, oh yeah, Blastoise has bulk. I can use it with a harder hitting. But you give up a lot for it. So Goodra comes in. This is me hesitating too much. Like, I have a Dusclops. That's a good enough matchup. But chipping it to sort of ensure I keep switch. Not that I need to keep switch. Marowak would have a good matchup too-ish against Scizor. But why I like Charjabug is electric, and electric resists steel. So that Bullet Punch is resisted on Charjabug. Trailblaze is resisted on Charjabug because of the bug, which means they have to just go Night Slash as the only move that can actually do any damage. So if I could, chip it, I could potentially put it in Volt Switch range and not even need to worry about the first Night Slash here. So I could live a Night Slash. I assume I'll just let it go. I don't see a point of shielding the first one, especially if they can boost. And and it is a Stunfisk. I don't need to chip this. I could just go straight marowak, but if they do let this go, it just makes it a very easy mud slap range. So that's kind of why I do that, just because you either grab a shield and kill it anyways, or you don't grab a shield and then this becomes like mud bomb range. I am throwing the move. I could commit to the farm down and everything. My only concern is that if I don't grab a shield there, they come in and get fast move down, and then, you know, potentially boost and even resisted bullet punches could take out my charjabug. So I didn't want to go into that. So I just like, yeah, let's just take this out of here. Swilus. Dragon resists electric, but Bug hits super effective against the dark. So this X-Scissor will be super effective despite the Volt Switches being resisted. Not enough to take out. Don't see a point of catching here. Dusclops would take super effective on a potential Dark Pulse. And Marowak would just get chipped. They end up giving up switch into Typhlosion. So yes, this is a resisted move. And I will have to shield up a Blast Burn. As you can see, 1 HP left, needing another full Mud Slap there. So I will respect the Blast Burn for sure. But taking them down to take them out, down a shield, but that Zwilus is pretty low. And I'm going straight Bone Club, take this out of here, and we'll see what's in the back after. That's fine, I don't care, goodbye. Venusaur, this was one where I wanted to chip it a bit. I do have Ice Punch, and I could potentially like come in there and just get to a bunch of Ice Punches. But Mud Slap is neutral because they're half poison. So I, in the moment, felt that if I could chip it low enough, it is just Shadow Punch range. And that is a 3-turn faster on the first. Only on the first day. But I just felt like it was much quicker to just go straight Shadow Punches. And you live a Frenzy. So we CMP on that last one there. Obviously, you're going to lose CMP to Venusaur, but I live and get off the Shadow Punch to take it out. As we're spinning here. The 1-turn leg is back too. Maybe I'll talk about that this afternoon. Pharaoh, good lead. Ferret comes in. I don't have an amazing answer, which is why you can see the hesitation. That shield was just a dumb, like it was a mistake shield, quite honestly. It was one that I was not paying attention. I just kind of shielded blindly when I was playing without like thinking about what was happening. That's the problem when you're playing like 100 battles in a day. You're not thinking through all the whole matchups. And now I have the double shield because this is Trailblaze. Dusclops is obviously going to get killed by this thing, so having a Trailblaze, yeah, kind of a tricky one. And where this gets tricky too is if they shield, which if I remember they do, because now it's just a straight farm down, and they will come out with essentially 2 moves. And Drill Peck is neutral against the Charjabug. Looks like they did not count properly. Nice catch though on the Annihilate. I did have a move banked and I just tried to snipe it. And now I am rebanking that move before coming into Dusclops. I want that Volt Switch loaded. I will lose CMP, but I just want it. Sorry, I want that Discharge loaded. I will lose CMP, but I think that I am bulky enough to live a Drill Peck. Charjabug has a lot of bulk to it. I do take a second Rage Fist, do live with a couple HP, which is huge because we both go down simultaneously. Throw the move. Doesn't even look like they threw the Drill Peck. I do get off that Discharge, and now the full Volt Switch goes through. I did not take him out, kind of surprising, but they will not take me out with the Drill Peck, but that Volt Switch does land and take them out. Bastiodon, you're weak to Rock. You can't go Marowak right away because they're going to have an answer for Marowak. So you have to go Dusclops, and Dusclops does not have a good matchup here. So it's one of those, like, you're going to lose this anyways, but you can't go Marowak because they're going to have an answer. And maybe if you stay in this matchup, burn the clog, maybe they get out stupidly and you can align. Otherwise, you're just going to have to lose this, come in Marowak, see if they want to instant swap, and go from there. I think if I remember, what's going to happen is, so I will lose this because there's just no shot of me winning this one. Especially when you both have 3-turn fast moves, and I'm so spammy, they're essentially getting a free 3 turns every time. I do take them to the red, right? That's good chip. So Marowak's going to come in. They are going to instant swap into Annihilate. So immediately, I'm like torn here. Because I'm like, I would expect you to have an answer to Marowak in the back. So I'm probably saving this for no reason. At the same time, counter is resisted on charjabug. So I'm like, this seems like wasted energy here. Like wasted damage that I'm taking. So I do end up instant swapping. They've already boosted one, so I'm going to respect that. I'm almost out of discharge, which should be enough to take out the Bastiodon. I'm just going to commit to the farm down. So if the Bastiodon comes back in, I can just discharge it out. And if it doesn't discharge it out, it's like 1 volt switch away from taking it out. And in the back is a Superior. And those are basic reads you need to make. Like Bastiodon in the back, you better have an answer for a ground. There's on any given team 1 to 2 grounds on a team. If you're running Bastiodon and you don't have an answer to ground, you are not team building correctly. So you just got to read, like, there's obviously an answer in the back to Marowak. So speaking of Marowak, on the lead, terrible lead, switch a Bombardier, which is a dark Pokemon with Sucker Punch, it looks like. Or some sort of dark move. Looks probably Sucker Punch or other dark. What other dark type moves are there? I'm assuming Sucker Punch. Either way, killing me here. But grab 1 shield, chipped a lot with Ice Punch there. They do correctly identify that it is just an a Shadow Punch. They will get off a move here. I don't know what this is. Maybe a shield. Yeah, I think it is just a Rock Tomb, which would have been super effective. I think I was worried about like a Brave Bird or something, so I was like, maybe I should shield this. You know, now at best you have a mirror match here, which they chip here, and now a Flyer in the back. So it's a pretty tough alignment here. You know, maybe if I get somehow a bunch of volt switches through without them getting a ton of damage on me, I can do okay. You know, they dumped here. It is just going to be an air cutter, so it's not going to be a ton. I have to commit to the farm down. I think I even have to try and take this move and hope it's just an air cutter. Yeah, but it's a payback. I remember this. I don't think that's the wrong, because you need to hope that's an air cutter and that you can get to like 3x scissors here. But as I mentioned before, this matchup is a lot harder than the Gastrodon when Volt Switch is double resisted as opposed to single resisted. Stunfisk, you can play this matchup out. It's not bad. It's not good. Like, I think it's a losing matchup. But again, it's one of those. Could it come Dusclops right away? Yeah, it could. If I lose Dusclops, they may have an answer to Marowak too in the back. Okay, again, Stunfisk probably should have an answer to a ground in the back. I also, half of me just wanted to see how much X Scissor did to a Stunfisk. You know, it looks like 3 will take out. I think the problem here is the pacing. Stunfisk just has a way better pacing to these charge moves than Charjabug. So here comes the next Mud Bomb, which will take me out just as I'm getting to my X Scissor. So if I let this go and I come in Stunfisk, they may just instant swap out into something. So throwing the first move, I'll be interested to see if I try to make the same read that I did last time. I am shielding a potential Ice Punch. It is just a Shadow Punch. So we're going to throw this again. Looks like maybe CMP on this one. I'd be very, very surprised if I double shield this. Reading that they should have an answer in the back to this. Yeah, okay, good. It is an Ice Punch there. Does not really matter. They get to move. There's Shadow Dusclops, so probably going to do a lot of damage there. And is a Corviknight in the back. Again, these are basic reads. It's basic team building. So now I am trying to spam Shadow Punches to maybe put it in Bone Club range before I get hit with the payback here. Or what I think I'm trying to do is like burn the switch clock so I can get into Marowak here. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. And trying to force them to throw. And they do throw. Oh, and they threw a payback. I guess they mistimed that one. And then they tried to snipe with their dusclops, but they don't have energy. So I take it with the dusclops. They just jumped a payback, so maybe they're a little short on the next payback here. They are at a move. I'll live an air cutter. I won't live a payback. It is just an air cutter. Oh, that's huge. And I have a charge move. And it's an Ice Punch. An Ice Punch is super effective against the Stunfisk. So, catching... That was kind of a weird catch. I don't even know if I truly caught that or they just like panic through that payback. But end up catching that payback on the Marowak, which allows Dusclops to sweep the end game there. So, this is my most successful team. And when I say it's my most successful, it's because I had one team that I'm going to showcase this afternoon. That Friday... I ended 8-0 with this team on Friday. I'm like, this is the team. I'm going to friggin' run Go Battle Day with this team. And my Go Battle Day Saturday started like 0-4 with this 8-0 team. And I was pissed. And then I swapped the team and I dropped a crap ton. Like I'm sitting at like 2,500 right now. Just... New team worked terrible. Like worked for a bit, then just legs fell out of it. Tried a new team, tried new Pokemon, terrible. Like everything, bunch of 05s, bunch of 1s, 4s. Would make it back, would go like 1-5, 05, 1-4, and then get back 4-1, and then I'd immediately lose again. It was just a terrible Go Battle weekend. They always are. Like I said in my other video, I think I've Go Battle weekends or days. I think I've had one positive and now like 10 to 11 negative. I just got the yips with it for some reason. Anyways, more on that right now. I'm filming these all Sunday nights because I haven't been filming on baseball nights. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.